everyone, I'm Charis. Today we are going to talk about one of the hazards in our workplace, electrical shock. Before we start, we would like to explain the definition of hazard, risk, and risk assessment. A hazard is any source of potential damage or harm to something or someone, while risk is the chance or probability that a person will be harmed or experience an adverse health effect if exposed to a hazard. How about risk assessment?
It is the overall process of hazard identification, risk analysis, and risk evaluation. As an example, consider this simple risk matrix, which shows the relationship between probability and also severity. Table 1 corresponds to a risk level as shown in Table 2. These risk ratings correspond to recommended actions such as for immediately dangerous risks, the process must be stopped and controls are implemented. Do take note that these two tables as we will use them for our presentation later.
We have identified a few risks at our workplace as a cleaner that may lead to electric shock. Firstly, the outlets are close to water. We rate it as an immediately dangerous risk because it is likely to experience once or twice a year by an individual and it may cause serious injury if no measures are taken. Thus, we have prepared some risk control action plans. First, never use electrical devices in the bath, near the pool, or anywhere with a wet floor. If you use an electric heater in your bathroom, it should be hand-wired into a circuit and preferably installed into the wall or ceiling. Third, cover the outlets when they aren't in use. And finally, stop using the equipment immediately if it appears to be faulty and have it checked by a competent person.
If we implement the risk control, the risk score can be reduced to 4, which can be classified as medium risk.
Second risk that may lead to electric shock is when we as a cleaner do light replacement and cleaning. We'll rate it as medium risk as it has low probability and high severity. Low probability shown as it may experience only once every 5 years by an individual. But if electric shock occurs, it can cause paralysis or more serious injuries such as burns and even death. But do you know how can we prevent it before it's happened? The SOP of the risk control action plans for light replacement will be firstly turn off the power. Then test for power after turning on the circuit by using a voltage tester in order to check the circuit wiring and any electrical contact before touching anything that may carry electricity. Next, make sure anyone working with electricity has sufficient skill, knowledge, and experience to do so. Incorrectly wiring a plug can be dangerous and lead to fatal accidents or fires. Lastly, ensure any electrical equipment bought to work by employees or any hire or borrows is suitable for use before using it, and remain suitable by being maintained as necessary. In addition, always turn off the power before cleaning or adjusting an appliance. And always unplug if you have one. Last but not least, try to avoid cleaning appliances with wet hands or wet cleanings too, such as clothes. If we follow the SOP, the risk assessment for light replacement and cleaning can be reduced and classified as low risk. That's all from us. Hope you enjoy the videos.